Yo, what's up? So, once again, I'm going to yoink Daddy Free to Play's video because I cannot get into the test server. It just keeps crashing. Once I get into the server, then I can finally test it out on my own. But here's the skills for Chuan, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts. I've already seen the video, and I think my first impression of him is super mid, to be honest. Because okay, let's just go through the skills, right? The first skill: attacks one enemy 3 times. Damage per hit is equals to 40% attack, 60% chance to miss rate up for 2 turns. Miss rate up is really good. One of the best debuffs you can have because it can work on bosses and literally just about anything. His damage for his S1 is 120%. In the patch notes, it said attacks all enemies. Like, look to the side here. Chuan's first ability deals damage to enemies. Like, that doesn't make sense. This one it says one enemy, while the patch note says enemies. So okay. And then his passive is going to be. So his passive is whistling stance. Critical hits inflict third eye seal on the target for 1 turn. Third eye seal is a silver border, which means it cannot be resisted, but you cannot apply the debuff when the enemy has immunity. When attacking enemies with third eye seal, summons his dog to launch an assist attack, triggers 1 time per turn. Screamer's damage is equals to 25% of his attack and ignores defense, steals buff from the target and inflicts sear on them for 2 turns. And then his S3 is going to be attacks all enemies 2 times, damage per hit equals to 60% of attack, inflicts speed down on all enemies for 2 turns, grants immunity to Chuan for 2 turns, and grants speed up to all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. This is really good for Infinity Tower because it has a speed down and speed up on a 4-turn cooldown. So yeah, his multiplier is quite low, and his passive kind of sucks, to be honest, because first, let me just go through the leader skill first. Okay, so his leader skill is the same as Brewster. Increase ally attack in Ritual Miracle, Sonic Miracle, Desolate Lands, and Sentinel Hunt by 40%. So in Ritual Miracle, with the new update, he's not going to be good in Chronos or APAP. He has a multi-hit, which is not good in APAP, and in Chronos he has type disadvantage. In Chronos, basically anything that isn't flow has basically been redundant. And then in Sonic Miracle, who cares? In Desolate Lands, again, he's not going to be good because his whole kit revolves around this third eye seal, and in Desolate Lands you cannot land any third eye seal on the boss, which means his ignore defense is gone, his sear is gone, you can't even land the sear. And I forgot one thing. At first I thought he was going to be an AoE sear unit, but instead the sear is only applied when the dog attacks, and then the dog only steals 1 buff. Oh man, I thought his S3 was going to be like when he uses his S3, AoE attack applies third eye seal on everyone, and then his dog is gonna attack everyone, not just that one. It only attacks the first dude, which sucks, not gonna lie. The reason, that's the main reason why he's not gonna be good in Desolate Lands. You can't. Half of his kit is just gone. He's good. I think he's going to be good for only Shadow Stream, because he has a speed up, but his damage again 120% single target, and then again 120% AoE. That's kind of whack. And then on Sentinel Hunt, I think he's gonna be good because Sentinel Hunt, what's that debuff called? The miss rate up is really good, and his thing, his third eye seal can actually land on the boss, even though it's like one turn. That's one thing I don't like. It's one turn. Like, bro, you have to apply it every single time. And in order to apply that miss rate up, you also need to run him with accuracy, which lowers his damage even more. So yeah, in Ritual Miracle, he's only gonna be good in. He's gonna be really good in Fafnir, Sonic Miracle, whatever, Desolate Lands, maybe in Shadow Stream, but not really. His damage is kind of lacking. And then in Sentinel Hunt, I think he's gonna be good. You can run him as a leader skill and as a debuffer. In PvP, I think his Rezo 2 makes him really good because you can make him fast, and then you can let the allies follow up with their attacks. His resonance skill is this one: when enemies with third eye seal are attacked. So it's no longer when third eye seal attacked by him, so it's by any of the allies. The dog will then follow up with an assist. Yeah, I think that's really just about it. He is okay in like Infinity Tower bosses. He's gonna be really good, but Elliot is still gonna be the best. And I think the miss rate up can actually stack. So third eye seal plus miss rate up is gonna be either 57.5% or 65%, which is really good. But aside from that, yeah, Ritual Miracle, he's only good in one. Desolate Lands, maybe one. The other two is 100% no. And then Infinity Tower, good for bosses. In PvP, might be good. I don't know. Meta might change. So, am I gonna summon? I will summon for one copy of him because his Rezo 2 is really good. Even though his Rezo 0 is really mid. I'm gonna summon until I have 100 wish stones, and then I'm gonna stop. And the reason is because 3.1.7 does not have echo spin event, so I'm not getting anything aside from him. So yeah, I'm not gonna summon any more than 100 wish stones. Once I get 100 wish stones, I'm gonna summon for him just for that one copy, because this is the only chance that you can get, really, realistically, the only chance that you can get him guaranteed, because you can use wish stones on him, and then in the future you won't be able to use wish stones on him because it's going to rotate to a new Esper. So getting just one copy of him as a insurance, for the future, then you can pull more copies of can use him in the wish stones to get more dupes of him. Might be a good idea. So yeah, I think that's about it. He's really mid. Espers that rely on debuffs on their kit just automatically becomes kind of useless in Desolate Lands. And yeah, this one can be cleansed as well. So yeah, he's kind of underwhelming as a sort of hype unit. That's it. Ciao.